Welcome to episode 147, Spotlight Physical Access Control, where we explore how protecting physical spaces keeps systems, data, and equipment trustworthy. The PE-3 control reminds us that cybersecurity depends on secure environments. If unauthorized individuals can enter data centers, wiring closets, or server rooms, even the best digital controls lose meaning. Physical access management defines who may enter, how access is granted, and what happens when anomalies occur. When executed with consistency, these safeguards ensure that only trusted, verified personnel can reach critical assets. The result is predictable, auditable control over the spaces where digital trust begins. Building from that foundation, defining zones, badges, and roles creates the structure of physical access control. Security zones divide facilities into graded layers: public, restricted, and high-security areas, each with its own requirements. Badges or access tokens identify personnel, embedding role-based permissions that align with job duties. For example, employees may enter office areas freely, while only system administrators can access data center racks. Zoning and badge governance minimize unnecessary exposure while maintaining operational convenience. Role-based access in physical space mirrors the same least privilege principle used in logical systems, ensuring protection by design rather than by reaction. Building further, visitor verification and constant escort procedures protect environments from unvetted individuals. Visitors should be pre-registered, checked against watch lists, and required to show identification before entering restricted areas. Once admitted, they must wear visible badges and remain under escort at all times. For example, a contractor performing equipment calibration might be accompanied by a facility engineer throughout the visit. Escorting ensures that visitors cannot move unobserved or unintentionally breach adjacent spaces. Verification and escort policies demonstrate respect for safety, confidentiality, and compliance, reducing the chance that good intentions or malicious actors create avoidable exposure. From there, physical architecture itself contributes to deterrence through barriers such as mantraps, turnstiles, and tailgate prevention measures. Mantraps restrict access by requiring verification in two separate chambers, while turnstiles control single-person entry. Anti-tailgating sensors detect multiple bodies entering on one credential use. For example, a secure data hall may use a mantrap where one door must close and lock before the next opens. These mechanisms prevent unauthorized following or forced entry. Physical design complements policy by embedding security into movement itself. When the environment enforces compliance mechanically, reliance on human vigilance alone decreases. From there, key cabinets and issuance governance provide oversight for mechanical access pathways still in use. Even as electronic systems dominate, physical keys often persist for backup or emergency entry. A key management system should track who holds each key, when it was issued, and when it was returned. For instance, facility engineers may sign out keys electronically through controlled lockers with logs automatically recorded. Governance ensures that no unaccounted duplicates exist and that keys cannot be issued without authorization. By treating keys as credentials subject to policy, organizations maintain complete control over every means of entry, digital or otherwise. Building further, continuous monitoring through cameras, sensors, and patrol routes turns passive control into active situational awareness. Closed-circuit cameras provide visual verification of entries and exits, while motion sensors detect after-hours presence. Regular patrols by security staff complement automated coverage, adding human judgment to pattern recognition. For example, cameras at rack rows, combined with access logs, confirm that badge entries correspond to legitimate activity. Monitoring provides both deterrence and detection, converting recorded evidence into actionable insight. Visibility across space creates confidence that nothing within critical zones occurs unseen or unverified. From there, maintenance access requires supervised sessions and strict adherence to change protocols. Technicians performing service on equipment, cabling, or environmental systems must have temporary, purpose-specific authorization. A supervisor or authorized staff member should monitor work either directly or via surveillance systems. For instance, a network vendor repairing switch hardware might receive one-day access logged to a unique badge and observed by a facility engineer.
Supervision ensures that maintenance does not become a blind spot where sensitive components are exposed or altered without documentation. Controlled maintenance access bridges operational continuity with persistent accountability.
Building on operational coverage, delivery bays and loading docks present unique challenges requiring defined protocols. These access points often intersect with public spaces and shipping vendors unfamiliar with facility rules. Procedures should include scheduled delivery windows, verification of driver identity, and inspection of packages before they enter restricted zones. For example, sealed equipment crates might be checked for tampering and logged before placement in the staging area. Separation barriers prevent direct access from delivery zones into secure corridors. Structured logistics control ensures that convenience never overrides security, safeguarding the facility's perimeter integrity from its busiest intersections. From there, comprehensive logging of entries, exceptions, and investigations provides the evidentiary backbone of physical security. Every access event should be time-stamped, attributed, and retained for a defined period. Exceptions, such as forced doors, failed badge attempts, or escorted entries, require annotation and review. When anomalies arise, investigation logs capture findings and corrective actions. For example, repeated denied entries by a single badge might reveal malfunctioning hardware or an attempted breach. Accurate, complete logs transform raw activity into intelligence. They also satisfy audit and compliance needs, proving that access management is not only designed but actively enforced. Building further, evidence retention and periodic audits confirm that controls function as intended over time. Retention policies define how long footage, logs, and incident reports remain available for review, ensuring that investigations and compliance checks have historical context. Periodic audits, conducted by internal teams or external assessors, verify that access procedures, configurations, and records match documented policy. For instance, an annual audit might reconcile badge assignments with employment rosters and deactivate obsolete credentials. Regular verification demonstrates maturity and vigilance, preventing quiet erosion of control integrity. Evidence and audits together preserve long-term confidence in the system's reliability. From there, metrics such as violation counts, response times, and remediation closure rates measure the effectiveness of physical access control. Violations track unauthorized entry attempts or policy breaches, while response times gauge how quickly security teams intervene. Remediation metrics assess how thoroughly corrective actions resolve identified weaknesses. For example, tracking a reduction in tailgating incidents after installing additional sensors quantifies program improvement. Metrics turn security from routine enforcement into continuous performance management. They provide leaders with tangible indicators of success and early warnings of degradation before major incidents occur. In closing, physical access control delivers predictable, enforced protection for the environments that house an organization's most critical assets. The PE-3 control highlights that safeguarding systems begins with securing the rooms and racks that hold them. By layering identification, monitoring, supervision, and accountability, organizations ensure that every entry is authorized and every action traceable. When access policies are consistently applied and backed by evidence, trust in the physical environment mirrors trust in the digital one. Through planning, vigilance, and periodic validation, physical spaces remain both functional and secure, steady foundations for resilient operations. Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit baremetalcyber.com.